Is this the worst Marvel movie? Short answer, no! Long answer, no with like 6 O's. Are you gonna be confused? Well, most likely if you don't speak comic-ese like I do. Are we gonna talk about it?
You're goddamn right.
I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that real shit. Real talk.
What's good, mortals? It is I, the entity known as Token Drew. And today on Drew's Reviews, we are going to talk about the movie that is making a splash in all the wrong directions. The Eternals. Released on November 5th. Remember, the 5th of November, when we saw that you new nerds are just casuals. Directed by Chloe Zhao and starring Gemma Chan as Cersei, Richard Madden as Icarus, Angelina Jolie as Thena, Selma Hayek as Ajax, Kit Harington as Dane Whitman, Kumail Nanjiani as Kingo. Sorry if I'm bastardizing your name. I've never said it out loud. Leah McHugh as Sprite, Brian Tyree Henry as Fastos, Lauren Ridloff as Mercari, Barry Keoghan as Druig, another name I might be messing up, Don Lee as Gilgamesh, and finally, Bill Skarsgård as Crow, who is not an Eternal, by the way. He's a bad guy. Skarsgård. I like saying that last name. This movie runs at 2 hours and 37 minutes, and it is the second longest MCU movie behind the 3 hour and 1 minute long Avengers Endgame. So, before I go into my pros and cons, I want to say that I went into this movie expecting not to remember most of the names and kept my expectations in check regarding the Celestials. I've learned since Avengers Endgame not to keep my expectations too high because, you get let down pretty hard. And I feel like we're gonna get really let down in the new Spider-Man movie, but that's in a couple months or next month, holy shit. But I gotta say, my friend, expectations were blown out of the water. I think that's why I like this movie so much, because I had my expectations so low and it was just like, doosh. I am aware of the comic Eternals, but I never read them. Cersei popped up on the Avengers a couple times, and I have many books that the Celestials pop up. And I gotta say, I was not let down at all. Let's rock. Like I did with the last movie, I'm gonna hop back and forth between pros and cons. So let me know what you feel about the format, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I forgot to say that because I really don't care to say that shit. Because fuck, man, I'm just gonna. You know what to do. It's 2021. We know how to do YouTube. If you like me, follow me. If you don't, off. Real talk. Pros. The cast. First off, my two favorite Eternals in the movie when I first saw it were Sprite and Gilgamesh. After seeing it a second time, I would add Kingo to that list as well. But everybody was great. Even Angelina Jolie, who I thought wasn't going to be good because when I saw her in the trailer, it was like, come on, you're just trying to be in this because these movies make a shit ton of money. Like when those big name stars hop on now, movie number 26, where were you in phase 1 and 2, Miss Jolie? But she did great. Her character was dope. And shout out to Angelina Jolie for still looking good. However old she is, I have no goddamn idea. She's still fine. My least favorite Eternal was Ajax, played by Selma Hayek. Mainly because she really didn't do much, and her powers were just healing power, and that's kind of meh to me. I do appreciate the costume design for, hiding her big old boobies. Because, her character's not supposed to be a sexual character, and we know Selma Hayek is hot, and she got some tiggles, you know what I'm saying? She got some... But they kept her in baggy stuff, and they really didn't bring attention to that, and I like that. Cons. I said that were cons. For a con, they completely changed up the origin of the Deviants and the Eternals, and even though the backstories fit the movies, I don't really like the fact that the bad guys were just computer-generated faceless monsters, just like how they kind of always do in these movies. It would have been nice to see, I don't know, maybe some more evil Eternals, or I don't know who else the Eternals fight aside from the Deviants, or I don't know, maybe not make the Deviants look like how they do. But in the comics, the Deviants, they look like anything. So it's not really that big of a deviation because Deviants purposely don't look human. There are some that do, but they're supposed to look like everything. Pro, I really enjoyed the setting and how seamlessly it hopped through timelines in the story. Con, though the graphics look pretty good, I'm not a really big fan of the high laser beam effect from Icarus. It gave me Homelander vibes, just the way he kind of stood there and the lasers popped out, and I feel like acting-wise, it would look better if he recoiled instead of just boringly standing there. Pro, costumes look great. Con, a little less of a love story would have been good, but you gotta understand, these kind of movies, love really is what drives superheroes. You know what I'm saying? So, and in the comics, Cersei was kind of banging out everybody. So, I mean, pro, the Celestials, they were awesome. Literally awesome, like awe-inspiring, incredible. Another pro, the end credit scenes were awesome. And for like the 6 of us in the audience who were like, holy crap, when, you know, certain characters popped up, that was really, really cool. That was really cool. And cons, they could have had a better villain, like always. And I realize I really haven't gotten too much spoilers in this movie, but that's cool, that's cool. Overall, I really enjoyed the movie, and I left satisfied from the movie way more I did than when I left Avengers Endgame, because in Endgame, I was expecting to see the Celestials or anybody else from the cosmic landscape because of how devastating the Infinity Gauntlet is, and the fact that we didn't get to see anything in that movie really let me down. But in this one, we got the Celestials for multiple scenes, even though I'm not a real big fan of the designs they chose for this particular movie, especially after they showed us a Celestial in Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his name? Arishem, the Searcher, I want to say. No, Isan, the Searcher. Arishem is this movie. Where, you know, he was like bulky, you know what I'm saying? Like how you would think Celestials look. In this one, they got that typical modern weird-ass robot where it's like a lot of detail in the head, and then it has skinny-ass arms, and the rest of the body just looks like from Power Rangers, the remake, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that would be a con, honestly, the design of the Celestials, because aside from having the big-ass head with the multiple lights and the scale, you know, the main Celestial, Arishem, I didn't like his design. I do like the other ones they showed, and they do show quite a few later on. But you see that in the trailer, so it's not really that much of a spoiler. It's not like, you know. But it's still a really, really fun movie. And I have a theory on why it's getting bad reviews. Because just like Thor: The Dark World, it was really, really, really deep into comic book lore. It barely even took place on Earth. And it's really asking you to expand your horizons, you know, over like what you're witnessing. And this, you're seeing how the MCU was made by space gods. And for the casual viewer, that might be just so far left field that they just can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just blows their mind. They just can't accept it. You know, a lot of people, they seem to more like the grounded shit, like Captain America or, you know, even Spider-Man, you know, even Iron Man, where it's like very human and something that we can grasp, like robot, exoskeleton costume, you know, super soldier serum, throwing a damn super metal frisbee is not that far-fetched from us. But seeing, you know, these entities that are bigger than the planet that can shape the entire galaxy, that's just super comic booky. It was just shit that I really, really like. And in fact, I would want to say at least 25% of my comic book collection on Kindle right now is all cosmic shit. I love reading because it just power. Seeing reality warpers, seeing those cool things are just so dope to me. I don't really care about, like, Earthbound Heroes. I don't have any comics with them in them except for big events, like when Captain America said Hail Hydra in the comics, or, you know, Spider-Man multiverse kind of thing. But I like my stuff in space because you can see the powers, you can see the cool stuff. So final score for me, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. And listen, yes, there is representation of LGBT in it, but it's not like in your face. So people who are all like, oh my God, there's a same-sex couple in there. It's literally for one scene, and when they kiss, it's like the most obvious movie kiss where it's like they're kissing right here or right here. You know, it doesn't even feel like hardcore making out. It did nothing, okay? So it doesn't matter. I do wonder why Mercari was deaf. Like, why would you send a deaf Eternal? But I get it. She was dope. She was dope. And representation. You know what I'm saying? We all represented in these movies. Awesome movie. And I think it's one of the best intro movies to a wild concept so far. I'd put this up on par with like Guardians of the Galaxy, honestly. Not as funny as Guardians, but definitely introducing you to a grander scheme. But that's all I got, yo. So I hope you guys enjoy the movie. Hope you guys enjoy this review. Go see it for yourself. Don't trust IMDb with their bullshit. Go see it for yourself and open your mind. You know, there's so much more to comics than S.H.I.E.L.D. and, you know, battling stuff on Earth. Like, we saw just a glimpse of it with Thanos, and now we're seeing a bigger picture. This opens up the door for so much, especially the end credits scenes, especially those. But that's all I'm gonna say. Y'all keep it real. I gotta get the kids ready for school. So, like I always say, yo, live up, smoke out, game on. Thanks for watching. I'm out this bitch. Jana.
Lead the mass, keep it real, hit other ingredients. So if you riding on the bullshit, we ain't needing it. Only fire breathers, get for the job, I need monsters. We going aloud, the time is not to go. Provide your armor, just breathe, homie, we got this. Keep your eyes on the prize, at the finish line, let's ride. Let the competition die, back to our back cave. For the next high school word, you best to heard the melodic sword created here in the forge. Breathe, relax, you know I got your back. We all in this together, there ain't no turning back. Just breathe, relax, you know I got your back. We all in this together, so ain't no turning back. Just breathe, relax, you know I got your back. We all in this together, there ain't no turning back. Just breathe, relax, you know I got your back. We all in this together.